Knife watch. This is one of the most exciting moments of the channel so far for me to review the Baltic Aquascaphe Blue Gilt, the center of my collection, the boutique baron. This is the czar of, okay, let me relax. One of my favorite watches, okay, and I cannot contain my excitement. I want to tell you all about this watch, which I think represents the heart of where we are in the watch industry, space, whatever you want to call it, for enthusiasts, collectors, watchmakers, watch repair people, and just people who like the hobby. I think that this watch would please most anyone. As a classic vintage-inspired dive watch, let's get into 5 things you didn't know about the Baltic Aquascaphe by Baltic Watches. The Baltic Aquascaphe is a 200 meter water-resistant dive watch. It's got an easy to wear size and dimension of 39 millimeters wide, 47 millimeters lug to lug, and a width from the top of the bubble-domed sapphire crystal of a small, or moderate at least, 12 millimeters. And the bezel is the widest part of the watch, because the case is actually about 38 millimeters wide. If you have other Baltics, you know what I mean. The bezel sticks out a bit compared to the rest of the watch, as you can see here. Comes on this absolutely ridiculously gorgeous beads of rice bracelet. Let's talk about the first thing you didn't know about the Baltic Aquascaphe. The first thing you didn't know about the Baltic Aquascaphe is that this is Baltic's best-selling watch. Do I know that for a fact? No, but it's pretty obvious. Now, that may have changed since they released their new HMS 002 and Bicompax 002, but I believe that if you look at Instagram and you look up Baltic watches, this Baltic Aquascaphe, specifically their blue gilt, because they also have a black cream and a black one with a beautiful grained dial in black. This one is the one that floods the Instagram feed. This one is everywhere. If you like Baltic, you know about this watch. I think it's most people's favorite watch from Baltic. On my 7-inch wrists, because I actually do wear my watches above the bone now. I used to wear them a little bit on or below the bone here, which is about 6.75, but here at 7 inches exactly, this fits like a dream. So for a very average sized wrist, this is perfect. It's not too small, not too big. It's you know, it's for people who are getting into 36 millimeter dive watches. It's a new thing. It's really exciting. You got things like the Islander, which I will review soon. There's something perfect about these dimensions, and that's the first thing you didn't know, is that this really is the perfect boutique dive watch of our industry right now today. I know that I said that the Laurier Neptune is the one that watches should be judged at for its price point, but the Laurier Neptune, you're not going to find it for more than you know, $400 or $500. You can probably get one for about $300 less, right? So this Baltic comes at a premium. This is much. It's going to be about $100 or $200 at least more, even on the secondary market. If you put a Baltic on eBay or Chrono24, it's not going to last long. People want these things. They love them. They hold their value. And I really do think that if you are into Manta, you're into Laurier, you're into Notice, you're into NTH, all these brands, all these independent brands that sell watches under $1,000, to me, Baltic really represents that real bridge between being a fashion brand and going into what is truly a boutique watch. You're getting all the cues of a classically inspired dive watch that gives respect to the past, but with modern materials. This domed sapphire crystal is beautiful, and I think that this is the class of our industry, and we should be proud to have an artist like Etienne Malik in our industry. And that brings me to the second point about the Baltic Aquascaphe. To me, the second thing you didn't know about this blue gilt Aquascaphe is that it's a sandwich dial, okay? So if I'm going to bring it up close and personal for you guys to see here, that some people would call this faux gilt or faux tina, but nobody ever says that about this watch, because I don't think it's this color to look like, you know, like it's patinaed or patinated. Maybe that's more appropriate. I think it's actually just a color. It's a design to give it this custard, this banana meringue color that's very creamy and satisfying, and it offers a just wonderful contrast with the rest of the dial, which is a deep, deep, deep blue that looks black in some lights, and in the everyday sun, it just it really has this depth. And this sunburst on this dial is absolutely nuts. Okay, let's see if I can get this for you guys here. It's such a deep blue. You got to look at pictures online. Just Google Baltic Aquascaphe and check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. And so as I was saying, the lume here, if you look at this 45 or you look at this 15 and the markers there, right, those beautiful triangles, or TPs as I like to call them, that's actually underneath the dial. So the lume, we call that a sandwich dial. And I'm not an expert in watch terminology, but I love sandwiches, and that's very cool that they went the extra mile. How many boutique brands are making dive watches under $1,000 with sandwiched lume underneath? I think that's fantastic. And speaking of lume, let's get into the third thing you didn't know about the Baltic Aquascaphe and Blue Gilt. It's a rare treat. I don't do a lot of lume shots here, but you know, I figured I'll get a UV flashlight, get some sun on there, and show you guys what the lume looks like. And I'll cover the sun up a little bit, and as you can tell, it's popping, okay? And you see right here, we have a lumed bezel. That is right. And it's very legible at night. It's very good lume. I really do enjoy it. And it works really well as a functional watch. I think night or day, I know that I said that sometimes it looks black, and that's actually really a good thing because you get contrast. You can see what time it is all times of day and night, and it's unobstructed in all forms. Okay, so anyway, I think that when you think about this watch, it really does look like a lot of watches, but it doesn't look like any other watch. The watch that it makes me think of is the Blancpain 50 Fathoms. It kind of get that vibe. It's got that lumed sapphire bezel insert with what I think is really the classiest thing about Baltic's design language, which is how subtle and intelligently they use their design language. And that brings me to the fourth thing you didn't know about this watch is this has got to be the best typography on any watch that I've seen. It's a diver, but it doesn't have, 200 millimeters, and that also turns out to be, 666 feet, and that also happens to be, 40,000 leagues under the sea, and it's a certified this and that and third. No, it just says Aquascaphe, 200 meters. That's it. And Baltic, and the Baltic logo is just so clean. It is an absolutely perfect looking watch in terms of typography. I love the numbers on this bezel. The 45 is so cool. It's fantastic. It really works for me, and I think it would work for most people. And the thoughtfulness of Baltic watches in general is really great. And I also want to talk about the movement, okay? And that would be the fifth thing you didn't know about this watch, is that it's simple enough that it's going to be easy to get it serviced, but it's robust enough that it really does work perfectly for this price point, whether it be from $400 or $500 all the way to $750 or more on this bracelet. And we're going to talk about this bracelet next. And this is a Myota's simple, reliable 9039 movement. It's just 3.9 millimeters thick, and it ticks at 4 hertz, and it offers both an automatic winding and hand winding. And I'll give you guys some of that action here right now. And again, this is a phenomenal watch because it just does everything right. It doesn't get anything wrong. It's not doing too much, too little. Let me see if I can get you some sound effects here. That's right. I don't hear any sounds, but it doesn't sound crunchy or feel any sort of way. It feels great. The action on the bezel, is really nice as well. And lines up eloquently. Gotta love that ASMR, right? Let's talk a little bit more about this crown. I said it feels great. It also is signed really nicely, okay? So you got this B for Baltic. Let me see if I can get that up right for you guys. Yeah, and it is embossed with a polished, look at that light play on that B. A little bit of thoughtfulness there. And again, the fourth thing that you didn't know about this watch that I've been talking about is just the design level of Etienne Malik. It doesn't stop there. Look at the case back on this watch, okay? Yeah, is that a scuba diver? This puts the Vostok Amphibia to shame, okay? Sorry, but this is effort. This is hard work and dedication there. All right. And our last thing is that it's constructed terrifically. Guys, this is a quick release bracelet on this Baltic. Can I show you guys this? Why is this not on every single watch? And I know this was reviewed by AB. Look at that beautifully signed clasp of Baltic, polished and brushed. It just, does that look class or what? No frills here. It's a very secure feeling clasp. I'm going all over the place here. I don't know what's up with it. I'm too excited, guys. Please don't mind me. I'm sorry. But looking at the case back again, let's read it a little bit. We've got assembled in France, so that's really good. It actually is a French diver. We also have the Baltic watches here, stainless steel, actually real 316L, 200 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal, Aquascaphe. Okay, so you get all the official details here, and I really love that. There's also a bronze Aquascaphe line. They have bronze in glossy black as well as blue gilt, so you get a similar kind of dial. There's some differences here, and we'll get into that. I love these sword hands here, and the seconds hand, they just work. They're just very legible. It's not doing too much, and they've got a little bit of quirkiness to it, and that boxed dome sapphire does the job of being quirky as well. We've got drilled lugs, but again, going back to this bracelet, I'll just show you guys, okay? Easy as this to change out your bracelet. I mean, are you kidding me? Why isn't this everywhere? I mean, why isn't every single brand doing a quick release bracelet? Is it patented? Does Baltic own this? That alone makes me love this watch. It looks fantastic on its bracelet, and it's easy to, this is an actual strap monster because it's actually easy to change the dang thing, okay? It's not making it dramatic to change it, and putting it back on is just as easy. So what is my conclusion about this watch? What's wrong with it? That's really the thing about this watch. You could say, oh, the Miyota movement is not worth it, okay? At this price point, it doesn't make any sense. But do you guys see the design here, the design level, the attention to detail? This beads of rice bracelet looks great on everybody. This kind of makes everybody forget about Doxa's classic beads of rice because it works, it's affordable. The color scheme here is not too much. The typography is not annoying. It's a very unoffensive design. The loom is great. It's the class of the boutique brand world right now. And it's hard to say anything else about this watch without gushing it. I'm not selling it or getting any money from this. But the sandwich dial and the triangles, like just the classiness of this watch, the little things are what makes it a big deal to me. You can get it on a Tropic rubber black as well, or you can get it on this beads of rice bracelet. But if you're going to buy this Baltic Aquascaphe, get it on the beads of rice. They've also got an Aquascaphe GMT coming out soon. So what else can I say? For multiple wrist sizes on my 7-inch wrist, I think this works. I think this would work for anybody. So if you've got huge wrists, you got 8 inches, this might be a little bit small for you. Okay, if you've got large wrists, you might not be too fond of it, but I don't think it will come off inappropriate. I think it would work on most anyone. And yeah, the packaging is really nice as well. So we can get into that when I go over the blue gilt bronze Aquascaphe coming soon. And that's about it, guys. I would say that this is definitely the center of my collection. If I don't want to wear something too audacious, if I want to get down and dirty perhaps, and I don't want to mess up the Black Bay 58, if I want something that's a little bit classier than just an Islander or something like that, and I want something with a little bit more, kind of worldly feeling with that. This has really been assembled in France. There's nothing wrong with this watch. All situations, this is really my daily watch. And I hope it would make a great addition to your collection should you choose to check it out, and you should. Anyway, peace and love. Take care of yourself, okay? It's hard out there. And like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that algorithm nonsense. Make it happen for me, okay? We just crossed 800 subscribers. When I get to 1,000, I will be doing a watch giveaway. I will reveal what the 1,000 subscriber watch giveaway will be at 900 subscribers. Thank you so much for everyone. I'll be watching, and I hope you are too. Knife Watch, out.